Hey everyone, so I recently came across this video of Tuk or Stain, and they basically have this issue. I'm sorry, but they look like a mate, and that was funny to me. Anyways, they basically have this issue where they load into Bloxburg and everything is super laggy, super slow, and they are playing on an iPad. And I've actually seen a lot of reports by that of people saying that I'm playing on my phone, I'm playing on a mobile device, and Bloxburg keeps crashing for me. I cannot play Bloxburg anymore. Now, there is a few reasons why this could happen, and I'm actually going to try and help you get a better experience out of Bloxburg Mobile, because a lot of people are struggling, do not have a computer, and the only way they can play is actually on their iPad or on their phone. And when it's really slow, it's really annoying to kind of build something and kind of play around. And if the game keeps crashing, then yeah, that's not fun either. So first of all, and this is related to that video only because I did see that they joined the server with a lot of people. Now, if a lot of people are in a server, it's gonna be a lot more performance heavy. If a lot of people have big houses loaded in, even on computer, you sometimes get laggy. When a lot of people are loading big plots and building on them, everything seems kind of a little bit slower, so I can definitely see why that could make your mobile device a little slower as well, especially since it is not a computer. The second point I want to touch on is your internet connection. So a lot of computers are using Ethernet, that is a cable that is directly linked to the internet. It's a lot more stable than Wi-Fi, and especially Wi-Fi on a mobile device. Now, a little tip I can give you for that. A lot of Wi-Fi has two networks, so you can choose 2.4 and 5.0. 5.0 is a lot faster, but you need to be closer to where your internet is, so where the router is. Let's say the internet is downstairs and you are upstairs playing Bloxburg. I would suggest playing on the 2.4 internet because the 2.4 internet is a little bit slower. And you might say, then why do I have to play on that? Because 2.4 internet reaches further than 5.0, and if there are walls in between you and the router, using 5.0 internet might actually be slower than using 2.4 internet. I hope I'm making sense here. And then moving on, and this is the biggest reason why people on mobile devices lag, and I get it, it's kind of counterproductive, but the graphic settings in Bloxburg are a little bit different than in other games. So you have, if you press the hamburger menu, you can go to the settings and then change your graphics there. And that's what a lot of people do. And sometimes it helps, but for a lot of people, it doesn't actually help. So there's, in Bloxburg, another way that you can do to get your graphics to be a little bit lower, and that's actually way more effective than using the Roblox menu, and that is by going to settings, options, and then in options you can go to advanced settings, and then from there you can actually lower the graphics for everything. And believe me, if you play on iPad, usually playing on max graphics isn't really something you would want to do. Most computers have a fan and a little bit of a better processor than the average iPad or the average phone, meaning that they can handle graphics a little bit better as well, especially if they have a graphics card built into them. So lowering your graphics to around, I'd say 3 to 5 will definitely be beneficial if you play on a mobile device. And I think that is the biggest issue for players, that they go into the settings, they lower their graphics, but not the graphics of Bloxburg itself, meaning that you will still be laggy, meaning that you will still have the same issues. Bloxburg will crash, or Roblox will crash, the app will crash. But that could also have to do with my next point, and that is using an older device. Now, I'm like that as well. I buy an iPad, I keep it for 5, 6, 7 years until it's completely broken down. And sometimes even iPads are hand-me-downs, so they're even older than that. But that also means that you will have a slower device that cannot really handle a lot. And Bloxburg is not the lightest game. So for some people that means you will have to lower your graphics even more. And not in the Roblox settings menu, but in the Bloxburg settings menu. So overall, I would say if you join a neighborhood and there's more than 12 people, it's gonna be a little bit more laggy than if you just play on a server that isn't completely full. Check your internet connection. If you need to go back to what I explained, there's a timestamp in the video. Then graphics, change them in Bloxburg. You can also adjust the setting from Roblox itself, but the Bloxburg one I think is a little bit more beneficial. And then of course, if you're playing on an older device, set everything to the lowest, see if you still are laggy. If you are still laggy, it's probably just the device that is a little bit too old to keep up with how Roblox works in 2023. And that's not something you can really change unless you get a new device, but that's expensive. So anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope if you do all of these steps that your game experience will become a little bit smoother. If not, I am so sorry to hear that. Mobile devices are a pain. Anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button and please subscribe.